Ain't it fun living in the real world? Ain't it good? Ain't it good being all alone? Wow, wow, wow. Welcome back. You guys know I like to sing a little bit. When I got this microphone, I thought, am I going to do singing videos? I just might. But I don't know. It might capture too much, you know? Sometimes you don't need to hear all the notes, especially when they're not hitting. So I don't know. We'll see how that little jingle jangle went when I started off. I don't know why I had that song stuck in my head. So, sometimes you got to do it like that. Welcome back, you guys, to Insufferable with me, your host, Lindsay. How, as always, episode 7. We're almost to double digits, girl. We're doing good. Thanks for being here. Um, Damn, I really have a busy week ahead of me. I am really working on some things. There's going to be some releases and some events, designs, clothes, you know. I just have a lot going on. And so yeah, last week, well, I don't even remember what happened last week. Sometimes you just black out, I just be losing time. And I don't mind, especially in the world we're living in right now. I don't need to remember all of this. There are still atrocities going on outside with the organizations and which resemble other organizations that are evil. Only way to describe them. And so, keep an eye out for your community members, okay? Talk to your neighbors. Make sure everybody is safe. And if they are abducted, let's help get them back. Rightfully so. Um, so yeah, that's still kind of going on, not kind of, that is going on in spades out there, and it's, bumming me out, to put it lightly. So yeah, the energy of the earth is just, it's low. How do you go on? How do you go on? How do you just continue to live your life, go to work, pay your bills, give all of your money to your landlord type shit? It's like, when does it end, I love how in this day and age, you really couldn't scare us if there was a meteor coming to Earth and we were all going to die. You know what I mean? I feel like people would embrace that at this point. So that sucks. Everything sucks, low key, high key. And yeah, just continue to look out for each other and be vigilant, We really do need to be boots on the ground fighting some of this shit. And let's burn it all to the ground. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, today's episode, I just been I've been going through it mentally, dude. I've been having fucking nightmares about goddamn alligator Alcatraz. So I'm trying to keep it light. And by keep it light, I'm going to go hard and talk about Love Island. So if you're not watching Love Island season 7 USA, this is probably not going to be an interesting episode for you. If you're watching Love Island USA season 7 and you're not caught up, probably going to be some spoilers. I was debating even talking about Love Island because it is like it's on TV right now. So anything I say today is going to drastically change by Monday when this episode comes out. Okay, today's Thursday. This episode will come out on Monday and everything will have changed. So I was debating even talking about it for that reason, but I just don't know. It's just my It's my escape right now. I know it's a lot of people's escape right now from the reality that we are living in this, fucking timeline, which is tragic. So I just want to talk about something that could not matter less, which is the contestants of Love Island. Now, I might talk about some spoilers, if you're just catching up. Who would have fucking thought? I've never watched Love Island before. Okay, this is the first season I've ever tuned into. I am in it. I am committed. I am dedicated. Um, I was thinking, what is the damn schedule for Love Island uh episodes? Because holy shit, there are so many episodes. There's never been a show with this many episodes in a season. That's crazy. So, Love Island USA premieres on June 3rd, blah, blah, blah. New episodes airing nightly except for Wednesdays. So that means there's 6 new episodes per week, dude. Every single night except for Wednesdays, there is a new episode. That's crazy work. And to keep people engaged for fucking 26 episodes, dude, how many episodes will there be? I just don't even know. And some of them are recap episodes called Love Island After Sun. Skip those. If you're new, just skip them. We don't need them. We really don't need them. Like, they're trying to treat them like reunion episodes. And if you watch reality TV, you know the reunion episodes are intense. And it's kind of what we've been waiting all season long to see all of you guys witness what we've been witnessing while we're watching it. Back in the day, reunion episodes used to come like a year after the season was out. Now they come out like a week after the season's been out. I don't know how it works with Love Island. Um, it does seem as though there are a lot. How long does Love Island last in 2025? It's 37 episodes. 37 episodes. That's crazy work, Peacock. I know they better not be using any AI. I know they better be fucking employing the editors and the producers and everything. I hope that a lot of people are getting jobs out of this show because 37 episodes is crazy work. And I think we're on episode 26 or 25 right now. So there is going to be a new episode tonight, 6 p.m. Pacific. You know what? They've been using daylight time, Pacific daylight time, because I was trying to look up when the UFC was coming on and it kept saying PDT. And I was like, what the fuck is PDT? I'm looking for PST, for like California time. Like, what is that? And they don't use PST anymore. They use damn PDT. What the fuck is that about? I don't know. I don't think we're at the juncture of this goddamn universe and where we should be changing PST to PDD, and that's really fucking annoying. But, I'm easily annoyed because I am insufferable. So, there's that. So, what I want to do is give my opinion on each cast member individually. Um, does my opinion matter? No. No, it does not. Will you and I have the same opinion on each cast member? No, we will not. Okay? I always need to remind you guys that I am insufferable, okay? I am a critic. It's not my best quality, but it's who I am naturally. I be critiquing whether you asked or not. So, keep that in mind when I go through the cast list and, either praise people or talk shit about people, okay? I'm going to try not to comment on anybody's looks, because that's not really productive. But I don't know. I might. Who knows? Okay. I am now on the E News website here. And so it looks like it's probably in alphabetical order, the cast members here. But yeah, and in post, I'll put the picture on the screen here so you know who I'm talking about when I'm referring to them. Maybe you don't know everyone's names. Sometimes it's hard to remember everybody's names in a show like this where there's cast members coming in, they're going out, their original cast, they're a bombshell. It's like I'm gonna try to keep it, you know, visual. I'll put some visual aids up here so you know who I'm talking about when I'm talking about 'em. But we're gonna go ahead and get started. Also, there might be spoilers. I don't know. I'm sure there will be because I'm on episode 26. If you're on episode 5, then there's probably gonna be some spoilers. And Peacock really got ads. Okay, so it really does be taking people, 4 hours to get through, 2 episodes of this show. And that's annoying. But when you got someone else's password for Peacock and they got the ads on there, you can't really say shit, i.e. me. I got someone's password. So, I can't really complain that there are ads, but I will complain because that's who I am. Okay, starting off not strong, we have Brian. Brian was a bombshell. Well, yeah, I guess he was a bombshell at Casa Amor when the girls got there and there was a, slew of new men to choose from because obviously all of the men at the damn villa were, you know, if I was in the villa, I'd be like, give me a motherfucking bombshell, dude. I need to choose from several men in a lineup because this villa is getting tired. Okay. And the girls are hot. And while their character flaws are finally starting to show in spades now that we're on episode 26, um, the men are just the character flaws, they've been going off since like episode 10 for me. So, yes, Brian, I don't know. I feel nothing about Brian, if I'm being totally honest. He's attractive, nothing too crazy. These tattoos, don't really know how I feel about the tattoos. I do like the smile now, cry later there on like the shoulders. But like Ace, which we'll get to when we get to him. Oh, maybe this isn't in alphabetical order or Ace would be first. Anyway, Brian's tattoos, they look like they were all done on the same day. And that's not just editing on this photo. If you watch the episodes, like you can tell when there's a fresh tattoo next to a healed tattoo. Okay. And these are black and gray. This black and gray work, maybe some of this stuff on the forearm is old, but this whole chest and stomach, torso situation, it looks like it was all done in the same day. The world is yours. Come on, bro. So I don't know. I think a few of these guys with tattoos, they are one of those, it's like one of those things where they got them all in the same day type shit. They went under anesthesia and got tattooed for like 15 hours straight by like 3 different artists, which I don't agree with. If you really think that you're going to have any clout, like not clout, but like if you think anybody thinks you're cool or that anybody respects you, if you go under anesthesia to get blasted, it's not a good look, you guys. It's not a good look. Part of getting tattooed is, enduring. Okay, you got to sit through it, okay? It's a rite of passage. And I'm not one to gatekeep and, numbing cream is getting more popular. I know a lot of people who use that. A lot of tattoo artists use that when they get tattooed. So, I get it, but and it's not like a flex to go in there and sit for 9 hours or whatever. I mean, it is when you're younger, but like as you get older, it's harder to get tattooed. And but you will never catch me doing anesthesia to get a damn tattoo. That's some bitch work, I fear. And if you're doing that, or if you're considering doing that, you're losing respect from me. Not that that matters to you, but I'm just saying, not a good look. Okay, Brian, don't care about you. Right now he's coupled with Adriana, if I'm remembering correctly, who is, we'll get to her, boring, and he is boring. So it's kind of just, we don't need them on the villa. We just don't need them. Okay, next up is Elan. Elan. I really got nothing to say about him, too. I mean, if he couldn't have Sierra, he doesn't really stand a chance on the villa, if I'm being honest. I don't know who else is I don't know, what was he talking to? Amaya, maybe? I'm not sure, but I got no feelings towards Elan. Honestly, I don't know. I'm not gonna say anything like that, but not me saying that I'm not gonna say something. Anyway, Elan, I'm gonna take a pass on Elan. I got no feelings towards him. He could leave and nobody would notice. No offense, dude. No offense. Next on the list is Coco. It looks like we're doing like all bombshells first. I don't know what order this is in. It's crazy. Coco, stunning. The girl is beautiful. She didn't get enough screen time. You know, honestly, I low-key wish that Ace chose her, because Shelly and Ace, I'm not shipping it anymore. Had they paired up earlier in the season, they probably could have, been a strong couple. But Ace was playing. Ace was playing, so, you know, that's kind of his fault. Clark, girl, you get on my damn nerves. And you know what? She's cute. You know, I think she's better for Taylor than Olandria is. Okay, Olandria, I need her to get it the fuck together, dude. She's what we call a simp. I'm pretty sure. Hold on. Let me look up the Urban Dictionary. What is a simp? Simp is a slang term primarily used online to describe someone, often a man, who is excessively attentive and submissive to another person, usually a woman, in hopes of gaining romantic or sexual attention. Olandria is a simp. I'm so sorry. She's so much better than that, but she, for some reason, is trying to be a ride or die. And if I know one thing from personal experience, you will never benefit from being a ride or die kind of girl. Okay? When you're younger, you think being a ride or die is like a flex. It's not. You will ruin your life and embarrass yourself over and over again if you are ride or die for a man. And that's just my personal opinion based off of personal experience. Okay? This is not necessarily the relationship episode. I'm sure I'll talk about it at some point. But being a ride or die, no, girl. Not at this ripe age of 35. And Olandria is going to learn the hard way. She already has. Spoiler alert. She has learned the hard way that being a ride or die is never going to benefit her, especially on Love Island, girl. It's embarrassing. So Clark, she could be a ride or die and she can embarrass herself for the cringiest man on the show, arguably. Okay. Next up is Chris. Now, I do want to say that I like Chris because he is 6'8". And how could you not? Height is not a priority for me since I am 5 feet tall. Having a tall man is not a priority. However, biologically, when you see a man who is 6'8", and he is kind, and he has a nice smile, and a good body, and nice hair. All of those things combined, I cannot resist to then say, I like Chris. Is it because he's 6'8", or is it because he's kind? I don't know. And now we know from the latest episode, Stand on Business game, that he did stand on business. He really did. He did not play around during that game. So, I think a lot of viewers got a lot more respect for him during that. And, go off, Chris. I'm a fan. I am a fan of Chris. I will say that. Okay? And he's 6'8". God damn. God damn. How do you even get that tall, dude? Did he get his knees done or something? I mean, what the hell? He's fine though, I'll say that. He's got a really nice smile and a nice face, And his tattoos, they look healed. It doesn't look like he got them all on the same day under anesthesia. So, we'll say that. Big fan of Chris, big fan of Chris. Zach with a K. I don't even know, dude. Well, his tattoos look like he got them all different times. Okay, no anesthesia for Zach either. Sorry for the sniff. But Zach, I really do think that he's there for friends, dude. He wants to hang out with the boys, which, is not really gonna work out for you in this scenario, Zach. You're gonna have to make some connections with some girls. And you're attractive, you know? And you got the accent, which a lot of girls like. I don't like the accent that he has. It's a little bit too, I don't know. He seems like he should be like in a rap group or something, like a London rap trio or something. I don't know. Not a huge fan of Zach's voice, but he is attractive, but he's not putting in any effort as far as love goes. So, not a huge fan of Zach with a K. Zach with a C, he came and went. Not a huge fan. I like his fashion. I did see his Instagram afterwards. Like, he does have cute outfits, but still not giving it's not doing anything for me. It's not doing anything for me as far as like masculine energy goes. It's not high enough for me. Who was he paired up with when he was there? I don't know. He came and went pretty quick. So, yeah, not a huge fan, not a huge fan. Who was this? It's cut off, so I can't see his name. But he was this guy. You like being dominant. No, no, no. You like being dominant. I'm not somebody who likes being dominated. That guy, you guys know that guy. It doesn't fucking say it. His name is cut off on this picture, so I can't tell. But he could have been cool. He was pretty tall too. I think he was like 6'4" or something like that. Could have been cool. Kind of blew it. I mean, he didn't want to be dominated, so he didn't last too long. A lot of dominant girls in the villa. Not a lot of submissive girls going around. And that brings us to our next girly, Jaden. Jaden's cool. She's cute. She's paired up with Austin right now. And I'm pretty sure she is realizing that it's not a good pair for her, girl. Um, yeah, we haven't seen enough from her to be able to, give a full opinion on her. But she's cute, but she's paired up with Austin, so what are you gonna do? Grayson, I'm so sorry, Grayson, to tell you this, but you're not Hannah. You're not Hannah, and for those reasons, I'm out. You know, if you were on Shark Tank, we would be out. Okay, and it's only a matter of time before you get booted, you know. Unless you pair up with someone who's not Pepe because he doesn't give a fuck about you, girl. He's still thinking about Hannah. And to be honest, so are we. Everybody misses Hannah. You know, that was some bullshit over there. Spoiler. Um Next, Vanna. I knew Vanna wasn't gonna last long. But I don't want to say anything mean about Vanna. I really don't. She didn't get enough screen time for me to have a um real opinion on her. I think she tried a little bit. You know what I do like about Vanna though is she's 21, which is debatable, but she said I'm not an old soul. And TJ said, "What? You just scroll TikTok?" And she said, "Yeah, do I be doom scrolling all day? That's what I like to do. I am not an old soul." And you know what? We love an honest queen. We love that. The honesty is kind of what we need in this world. So we love that for her. Spoiler alert, she did not last in the villa. And I won't be saying anything mean about her appearance. We're gonna move on to Adriana. We already spoke about her. She's paired up with Brian. She's paired up with Brian just to keep her there. That's her anchor man to keep her in the villa. But she told him recently, like, I am trying to explore. She wants to get with Pepe, and Pepe turned her down. So I don't know what's going to happen with Adriana. She is a bit boring and she is a bit messy as well. Um, her talking to Huda and then, going and telling Shelly what Huda said, like, right away. That's messy, girl. Like, you really playing both sides and it's not a good look. So I don't know how much longer Adriana is going to last. She is, she doesn't really make for good TV. So they'll probably eliminate her soon. TJ is the worst person I've ever seen on fucking TV. He is not as hot as he thinks he is. Okay, this is one person I'll talk about his looks. And I'm not saying that he is ugly. I'm just saying that he is rude. He's rude to these girls, dude. When he was talking to Vanna, which if you're not attracted to Vanna, that's fine. That's your prerogative, TJ. But you look like a little boy, first of all. Not a lot of masculine energy going through the veins of TJ here. Excuse me for the sniff. But when he was talking to Vanna and he's the one who asked her, like, oh, you doom scroll or whatever, blah, blah, blah. She was like, yeah. And then she was asking him like questions about himself, like genuinely trying to get to know him. And then they got up and then when they were walking away, she gave him a hug. And as he would like broke away from the hug, he was like, oh God, now I'm going to have like this body glitter all over me or whatever. Cause she had like shimmer on or something. And he was complaining that he was going to have body glitter on him after they hugged. It's like, he's so fucking rude to everybody. I don't understand why he's still there. And him paired up with Iris is sort of a cop out too. Like, I feel like, and Iris is boring as fuck too, but I feel like she deserves better than fucking TJ. I think TJ is gonna fuck out of there because he's a fucking dick. He's rude. I don't like him. He's a 0 out of 10 for me. And he's not even fucking hot, dude. He looks like he's in the fucking a sophomore in high school. Get the fuck out of here, dude. Anyway, next is Bella. Okay, spoiler alert. Bella did not last long on the villa. And what I will say is you cannot be, you can be, but on Love Island, if you're going to be like a modest woman, which We love a modest woman. I have no beef with what modest women. You don't want to kiss on the first date. You don't want to sleep with someone until you're in a serious relationship with them. I respect all of that. I love that. Okay. Is that going to last on Love Island with these fucking fuck ass men that they have on there? No. No one's willing to put in the work to have a connection with you on Love Island. They want to be making out pretty quickly. They want you to go fucking hard and in the paint on the fucking challenges and act like a hoe, for lack of a better word. Okay. If you're going to keep your wits about you and your standards for yourself and saying like you're not going to kiss anybody or whatever, you're not going to last long on Love Island. Okay. And you're better than this, first of all, Bella. Your man was never on that island. Those are fuck ass men that you're trying to choose from. Okay. You think those boys are going to go to fucking church with you and save yourself till marriage? No, girl. This was out of your, well, I don't want to say out of your league, but it's just like there's a better man for Bella out there, and he is not on the damn villa in Fiji. So I'm glad she got to go home because Nick, he did not want to put in the effort to get a kiss out of her. Okay, so we love Bella, and I'm glad she's home safe, to be honest. I don't want to see her get her life ruined on this damn show. Up next, who would I like to see get their life ruined? Austin. Austin is a creep, and Austin is not attractive. Okay, Austin looks like, you know how when they make small Barbie and Ken dolls, but they're so small that you can't get the features right on the doll because it's so small, and it kind of like all the features sort of melt together in the manufacturing process, and you have to sort of overlook that. That's what Austin looks like. He thinks he looks like Ken, but he looks like if Ken got his features got melted in the factory. Okay? He's creepy. He's dumb. He has 2 brain cells, and when he speaks, you could see them sparking up there. You could see them sparking. Dude, he's going to set a fire in the villa if he gets too involved in a conversation. Okay? And his voice is very annoying. There's nothing cool about Austin, dude. He could have some fun sometimes. How was this guy's body count 108? I don't know if you guys remember the episode where they had to tell everybody their body count. 108? Austin? You gotta be fucking kidding me. And these cherub tattoos, I don't fucking know. I don't fucking know. One of the cherubs has a damn machine gun. What the hell? How are you going to desecrate a cherub angel in that way? And you guys know I love cherub angels. That's my whole thing. I have 2 necklaces, both with the cherub angel on it, okay? There's a cherub angel here on my fucking laptop. There's a cherub angel here behind me. I love the visual like imagery of cherub angels, okay? They're sweet, they're innocent, they represent love and I I just love cherub angels. I don't like the fact that he has a fucking cherub angel on his goddamn chest with a goddamn machine gun. I think he should be arrested for that. I'm pressing charges. You gotta be fucking. The other one's got a little bow and arrow. That's cute. That's classic. I don't know why the heart with the mom in it is so close. I feel like the artist could have, made it. I don't fucking know. Maybe it was like a whole symmetry thing. I don't know. And this tattoo on his, excuse me, I don't know. I don't know why I had a yawn just then. This tattoo on his damn lower abdomen, this has to be an ex-girlfriend. Who the fuck is that? That's not just a regular, like, girl. That has to be an X. And I don't even know how what is it, dude? I don't know. But I hate it, and I hate Austin, and I can't wait till he gets eliminated. I know that the last vote was for you had to vote for your favorite person. Not favorite couple, favorite person, like favorite girl and favorite boy. Um there's no way anybody voted for Austin. So I don't know what the hell it's going to take for him to get off the damn villa, but me personally, can't wait till that happens. I'm over him. And poor Jaden, you could tell she's not interested anymore. So sorry for her. All right, here we have Ace. Ace is another one of those guys where it looks like he got all of his tattoos on the same day under anesthesia. Um, like I said before, height is not a, priority for me as a short woman. I don't need my man to be tall. What I do need though is for my man to be honest. And he really tried to say he's 5'10", but first of all, he's not. Okay, his feet are dangling off of every damn seat in the villa. And when he sits down, his feet are dangling. I relate to that. My feet are always dangling off of every seat as well. So 5'10"? No, sir. Just be honest with yourself. You have to be honest with yourself and with us. We're not fooled. You're not going to fool us with this declaration that you are 5'10". They posted a damn picture of him next to Adriana, the host. Phillips? Is that her last name? I don't know. Adriana. That's her name, right? She's 5'5". And she's wearing heels. And there's a picture of him standing next to her, and they are the same height. And he might even be a little bit shorter than her. She's wearing heels and she's 5'5". So maybe she's 5'7" in this picture. I mean, the guy is giving 5'5". The guy is giving between 5'5" and 5'7". 5'10" is a damn lie. And you ain't fooling me. And here's something else I'll say about Ace. Ace wanted to be open all the fucking time. Okay, even when we wanted him to choose Shelly, he was choosing other girls. And every time a bombshell came in, he was like, I need to be open for this connection. I know that that's how you play the game. You need to be open. You need to be exploring everybody who comes in. But he has Shelly on the back burner of everything, okay? She needs to be chosen by him, but he refuses to choose her. Not for a while. He does finally choose her, spoiler alert. He does finally choose her and they get paired up. At that point, she has sort of a connection with Chris, Mr. 6'8". Okay. And now Ace's bitch ass wants to low key close it off with Shelly, which is unfair because now that there's some real competition for you versus Shelly, well, not versus Shelly, but Shelly could be took from you by Chris, who's huge. You know, Shelly's got one man who's 5'5" and one man who's 6'8". She's got to choose between them. The fuck? I'm just saying, this is very indicative about how real life relationships go. When you are with a man who wants to be secretive about your relationship and doesn't want any quote labels, okay, it's because he wants to keep himself looking single to the outside world, right? He doesn't want to post you on Instagram. He doesn't want to be seen with you in public, like, because he could look like he is taken, and he wants to keep the uh you know he wants to look single to the naked eye. for lack of a better phrasing. Okay? But as soon as you, the woman, get a little inkling of something for yourself, now it's, I want to close off. I want to close off. I want to be serious now because now you have something going on. I fucking hate that shit, dude. I hate that shit. And that's why I fucking hate Ace right now, dude. He's pissing me off with that. He's pissing me off where he's like trying to tell Shelly like I'm ready to fucking settle down with you now that Chris is a threat. I'm sorry, it's too late for that. It's too late in the game for you to want Shelly to close off with you now. And you're being a bitch about it. You're not even being cool about it. You're not even reassuring her that, you want to be together. You just don't want her to be with Chris. And if you have to close it off with her to get her from being with Chris, that's insecurity, brother. Anyway, moving on, Shelly. Shelly is quite literally one of the most beautiful women I've ever seen in my life, dude. She looks like a goddess. She's so fucking beautiful to me. Her personality, however, is sort of showing now in, these later episodes, especially episode 26. I lost a little bit of respect for her. Okay? I wanted her to be with Chris. I wanted her to choose Chris when they came back to the villa, but she had a little agreement with Huda that they would bring Chris back and Huda would be with Chris, okay? Huda is allowed to explore Chris even though she's also allowing him to explore Shelly. But Shelly, I don't know, man. She's trying to act like Huda is very selfish, which she is. I'm not trying to defend Huda, but Shelly is very selfish too. And she knows that she's the prize and she's going to make the men that she wants chase her and she's going to sit back. She's on vacation now. If anybody wants to couple up with her, they're going to have to put in 100%, 200% effort because she's not going to put in any effort for these men, which, facts, valid. We shouldn't have to, she should be chased. But in the context of Love Island, girl, you can't just sit back and wait for it. You're going to get eliminated, dude. If you make these men work too hard for it, they're just going to eliminate you. And that's what happens in real life, too. So that's on period. Shelly really needs to humble herself, I fear. Even though she is a fucking goddess. She's so beautiful. Oh, my God. I really do love her. I really do. But she needs to step up her game. Next is Huda. Also very beautiful. Also very crazy. She has got some issues. And she needs to get those sorted out. Like, she should not be on this show. She's not ready for this. I fear this is going to send her into a mental spiral. And I don't want that for her. The whole Jeremiah thing was, it was a little bit insane for everybody. And I'm glad it ended when it did. And that's all thanks to America, I suppose. But Huda, I don't know, girl. I do feel that she should probably be off the island now. I'm not saying I don't want her to find love. I'm just saying she needs to get some therapy. She needs to chill. She needs to get off the island. She needs to go see her daughter, I don't know if she belongs on Love Island anymore. I think she might need to be eliminated for her own good. She does make for good TV. She makes for good TV, I will say that. But I think she should go home. If I'm being totally honest, I think she should go home. And that's for her own good. I really don't have beef with her like that. She has been pretty accountable for the stuff that she's done in the villa that, was pissed everybody off. She's not really in denial about doing all this horrible shit and, being drama. But I still think she should go home. I think she needs a fucking break from this. That's just my personal opinion. Body yaddy yaddy is tea, though. Body yaddy yaddy is tea, and she's a gym girly. And it shows. She got that body with that with the damn muscle behind it. You know? I'm sure those titties are fake. I know her nose and her lips are fake, and that's fine, but that body yaddy yaddy was made in the gym. And that's on period. And good for her. And good for her. Next up is Nick. Nicholas. I do not find Nick attractive. And I know if you were to go on a damn build me a boyfriend website, the default man would probably look like Nick. However, I am not attracted to him. I have not been attracted to him since day one. Him and Sierra, I think they're just playing the game, to be honest. But yeah, I don't know. Nick, he's also one of those fucking guys who just wants to be open to anything. Any shiny new thing that walks in, they'll drop everything to get the new fucking girl that comes in. Doesn't matter how loyal the current girl is that they're with or whatever. That doesn't fucking matter to people like him and to Ace. They will drop it for the new shiny thing that comes in. We know now, spoiler alert, that he has finally come to terms with the fact that he has feelings for Sierra and he wants to close it off. So they're closed off now as of episode 25 or 26. I think it's 25. So sorry for the sniff. I think, I don't know, not a fan of Nick. And the whole Mamacita thing, the guy is fucking stupid. He's brain dead. So men like this, you could not build me a damn fucking closet. This man doesn't have one power tool. And for me, if you don't have any power tools as a man, that's going to put you low on the totem pole. If you want to woo me at this ripe age of 35, I need to see your inventory of power tools. And can you use them? Can you build something? Do you have work boots? Do you have a hard hat and safety goggles? Because you be doing projects at home. You be fixing your car. You'll fix my car. You'll build me a closet, custom. I want a custom dining room table for the shape of dining room that I have in my house. Can you build that? Those are indicators of you being a good man, in my opinion. Okay? Especially those work boots. If you got work boots and forearms and an inventory list of your damn power tools, you're on to the next level of submitting to be my man. So that's where we're at. Nick, he doesn't have one fucking power tool, and I can tell. And so we're going to move on because I don't fucking like him. Jeremiah is a simp, and it's not going to get him very far in his life. He's a sweet man. He's very attractive. He seems loyal, even though I'm pretty sure he did say he cheated on a partner before. Doesn't surprise me because all men cheat. You can't convince me that they don't. But hey, Jeremiah, gone too soon, I would say. He deserved to be in the villa a little longer, and maybe him and Adriana could have actually really hit it off. Adriana's just trying to get to Pepe, and he don't even fucking care. So, R.I.P. to Jeremiah. Next up is Olandria. Olandria, I feel the same way about her as I do about Shelly. Okay, she's a beautiful goddess of a woman, but she is a fucking simp. And she has embarrassed herself one too many times on this show. Even in the most recent episode, she still gave Taylor the ability to embarrass her and choose Clark over her. And you know what? Clark and Taylor are not compatible. They might be here in the villa, but once they get back and Clark has to go to the ranch. You think Clark wants a fucking goat in her house? No. You guys are not compatible. Don't fucking play with me. Taylor just needed to get away from Alandria. And Alandria deserves better. Bring back Jalen. Bring back Jalen for my girl Alandria. Okay? And Jalen was fine. And he was a country man. Way more of a countryman than fucking Taylor. Just because you wear a cowboy hat doesn't mean you're a countryman. Okay. And yes, sure, maybe he lives on a farm or a ranch or whatever. And maybe he does live in the country and that's fine. But he's still not giving countryman like Jalen was. Okay. And Alandria fucking blew her shot with Jalen to be loyal to Taylor, to do that ride or die type shit for Taylor, and that's some fucking bullshit. Bring back Jalen. Producers, hi. Producers of Love Island. Alandria, I don't want her to go home, but the only way she's going to stay is if you bring back Jalen. Let her get a second chance with him, okay? And Jalen, what a fucking sweetheart. Okay, it's the first time he ever left the country, too. He had to get a passport to be on the show. And he got eliminated, like, right away? No. Bring him back. He deserves to come back. We want to see him. I want to see him. And I want to see Alandria actually shoot her shot with him. Now that Taylor is officially out of the picture, which I hope it is. If she still tries to get Taylor, I swear to God, girl, the respect is like, it's getting low for you. Stand on fucking business, girl. Stand up. And ask the producers to bring back Jalen. Okay, thank you. We're going to move on. We're not going to talk about her. Taylor. Taylor is a bad kisser. And no, I've never kissed Taylor. I just know he's a bad kisser because every time he kisses somebody on camera, especially in an intimate setting when they're like just the two of them by themselves, or even in a challenge, they cut the cameras away because it looks so fucking awkward, dude. He's like, he doesn't know how to kiss a bitch. And I know all these girls are really good kissers. I mean, we get to watch it. We get to see close up. We get to see the tongue action and all of it on a lot of these kisses, which, is pretty intense. I don't think that we should have access to these people like that, but that's how Love Island is. That's just how it is. So it's a red flag when they're showing everybody else's. There might as well damn well be a fucking camera inside their mouth. That's how much a kiss we could see as the audience on a lot of these contestants. But for Taylor, they cut away because it's as if he's never fucking made out with the girl before. He has no experience. He's not a man. Just because you wear that fucking hat doesn't mean you're a strong man. And you know what? I bet he doesn't have no fucking work boots. He doesn't have any fucking power tools. And that's why him and Nick are best friends. Because they are not the manly men that these women need. I'm just saying. I'm so fucking over Taylor. I'm so over him. And he should not be the man who has to choose between two women. His ego is getting way too big. Having two women argue over him. Oh, hell no. No, 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 no. Next up, we have Sierra. You know what? As of today, as of filming, her racist tweets have resurfaced. So I'm not going to say too much about her. I did like her. I think everybody liked her. But now she kind of blew the whole thing. And she's closed off with Nick. So I fear she's either blind, dumb, or just playing the game for TV. She's a cute girl, but she's going to have to she's probably going to get eliminated for those damn racist tweets or posts or whatever it was. So, I'm just saying. Um yeah. All right, next up we have Charlie. I was really convinced that Charlie had a fake accent this whole time. I was really convinced. And you know what? He left a little too soon, I would say. He was good with Hannah, even though I liked Hannah with Pepe better. You know, Charlie, not much to say. He got really stressed out when Hannah was hooking up with other people. He was literally pacing the floors. So, I would have liked to see him and Hannah explore a little bit more, but, what are you going to do? He got eliminated. Wait, what the hell? Where's the rest of the people? All right, so it's not showing everybody, I guess. What is happening to my computer right now? Hannah, I'll find a picture of her, I'll insert it. I liked Hannah. I thought that her getting eliminated in the way that she did was some bullshit, and I don't think there is a good excuse for it. Hannah's cool though. I do love her. Um and you know what? I am low key jealous that she got to bang Pepe, because I would have banged Pepe as well. I'm not gonna lie. I am not gonna lie. Why are there no fucking pictures of Pepe on here? Okay, there's Pepe. He's standing a little bit weird in this cast photo, I will say. But Pepe is fine as fuck. I like Pepe. Big fan of him. And you know what really got me is the way he wears his pants with his socks and his shoes. He wears a high water pant with high socks and low top shoes. Okay. That is the recipe for that's level 2. After I have gotten your inventory of your power tools, next is how do you wear your pants? Okay. Do you care about how you wear your pants? Because if you don't, not a huge fan of that. Okay. I need you to pay attention to somewhat of what you wear. But Pepe's outfits are fucking cute, and he wears the perfect clothes for his body type. And I like that about him. I'm really a big fan of him. Um, Amaya. Listen, Amaya Papaya is a sweet, sweet gal. Okay. She, however, is also, she's not going to find her man on this island, as she's too good for this. Just like Bella. Okay. Amaya, she's staying because the audience loves her, and I love that for her. But I do not want her to find her man on this island. I want her to win the money. I'd like her and Pepe to take it all home, or Chris, you know? I think Pepe should just send himself home and find out where Hannah's at so he could be with her. Um, but that's just me. Um, yeah, I think that's everyone. Chris at Clark. Yeah, I don't know. Amaya Papaya. Nationalities? Why do they have it broken down like that? That's kind of weird. Yeah, I'm on some fucking other random website now, so on a fandom website. So I'm gonna wrap this up. Those are my thoughts on the contestants. If I forgot anybody, it seems like they're just forgettable. So there's that. Um, my least favorite, TJ. He needs to go home and he needs to get a fucking attitude check too. And grow a damn beard, dude. You look like you're in fucking high school. Pissing me off, TJ. The fuck? I don't like TJ. But we'll see. There's a new episode tonight. There's going to be new episodes all fucking weekend long. And so everything I've said today will likely change by Monday. But what are you going to do? It be happening like that sometimes. Okay? Um those are just my thoughts. Let me know what you think of the contestants in the comments below. Okay? You could disagree with me. That's fine. I encourage that. And sometimes it'd be like that. Sometimes we be disagreeing. Okay? But if you like TJ, you're dumb. There's no excuse for that. You're dumb. And that's on period. I'm so sorry. But yeah, those are my thoughts on Love Island as of July 3rd. I really want to know your thoughts. Um, I don't think maybe I'll make another Love Island episode. I don't know. I just have a lot going on this week. And the only thing I've been thinking about is my work that I'm doing right now and Love Island that I'm watching right now. That's just what's been on the noggin. Um, So that's why I wanted to talk about it this week. Next week we'll probably go maybe we'll do a little more, personal topics or whatever, but um yeah. So pretty much that'll do it for me today. Thank you guys so much for continuing to tune in to Insufferable with me, your host Lindsay. Excuse me. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow the show on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. It really helps me out, and it lets me know that you guys are enjoying these episodes. I am enjoying filming them. Okay, and we're on a good schedule, 7 episodes. That's great. Um, and this is my life now. I do podcasting, so pretty much that'll do it. Okay, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you next week. Okay, bye.